and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a big book haul. I recently got a lot of anticipated books for me, and it was my birthday, so I got a couple of books from one of my friends. So I wanted to show you all of the books that I've gotten recently. The first two books I have were given to me by one of my friends for my birthday, and she got me the Barnes & Noble Classics edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. When I moved into this new apartment, I actually unhauled my huge giant edition of Alice in Wonderland because I found out it was just like a hodgepodge of different Lewis Carroll works, and that's not what I wanted. So my friend got me just Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and I love it. The cover is so beautiful and the pages are blue. It has a little ribbon bookmark. Barnes & Noble Classic editions are so gorgeous. She also got me this little Grimm's Fairy Tales book, and it has 45 different stories, a lot of best known stories. I've actually never read Grimm fairy tales, so I'm really excited to actually read some of these. Yeah, I don't know. I love fairy tales, so my friend definitely hit the nail on the head with these gifts, and I just love them. I love them so much, and I love her. Yay. Okay, now getting into the books that I bought for myself. A lot of these are my anticipated releases for the year. Actually, the majority of them are, like all of them. So I'm really excited to have these and read these because I was really looking forward to them. So let's get started because there's a lot. The first one is The Birds, the Bees, and You and Me by Olivia Hinenbaugh. 17-year-old Lacey feels like she's the last person who should be doling out sex advice. She's never even been kissed and she hates breaking the rules. But after seeing how much damage her school's absence-only curriculum can do, she begins doling out wisdom and contraception to anyone who seeks her out in the girls' restroom. This book sounds amazing. It reminds me a lot of Moxie, but even better and a little bit more grown up. The cover is really interesting too. It has like contraception and feminine hygiene products and everything of that nature on the cover. So I remember when I first saw the cover for this, I was shook that they were even putting these things on the cover, and I love it. So I'm really excited to read this, and that's all I got to say. The next book I got is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, of course. In this we follow 16-year-old Bree, who wants to be one of the greatest rappers of all time. As the daughter of an underground rap legend, Bree has huge shoes to fill, but it's hard to get your come up when you are labeled as a hoodlum at school and your fridge at home is empty after your mom loses her job. Bree soon finds herself at the center of a controversy, with the media portraying her as a menace. But with an eviction notice staring her family down, Bree doesn't just want to make it, she needs to. I already read On the Come Up and gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it, and if you have not read it yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Next, I picked up The Past and Other Things That Should Stay Buried by Sean David Hutchinson. Dino doesn't mind spending time with the dead. His family owns a funeral home, so death is the family business. He's just not used to them talking back. That is until Dino's best friend July dies and then suddenly comes back to life. When Dino and July try to figure out what happened, they must also confront why and how their friendship ended badly and other grand mysteries of life. If you guys don't know, We Are the Ants is one of my favorite books of all time. I love it with all of my heart and soul. I'm really excited to try more of Sean David Hutchinson's books. This seems like a great place to start. This is a debut novel, and I remember when it first came out that I heard a lot of amazing things about it. It's giving me a lot of Dress Codes for Small Towns vibes with the friend group, as well as Every Last Word with an underground club. Michael is an atheist. So after his dad makes his family move again and he finds himself attending Catholic school, he knows he needs a friend now more than ever. When a girl challenges their teacher in class, Michael thinks that he may have found that friend. except Lucy isn't just Catholic, she wants to be a priest. But Lucy introduces Michael to other outcasts at the school, and he officially joins Heretics Anonymous, a place where they can truly be themselves. But after another incident in theology class, Michael pushes the heretics to move from secret society to social rebels and challenge the school one stunt at a time. After one mission goes too far and Michael puts the rest of the heretics at risk, he must decide whether or not to fight for his own freedom or to rely on faith, whatever that means. I'm really excited to give this one a try. It sounds like it's going to be absolutely hilarious. I also grabbed A Danger to Herself and Others by Alyssa Scheinmel. Hannah knows that she shouldn't be institutionalized. Whatever happened to her roommate over the summer was an accident. And as soon as the doctors and the judges figure out that she's not a danger to herself and others, she'll be able to go home and start her senior year with all her friends. And then Lucy arrives. Lucy has a lot of baggage, and she's the perfect project to keep Hannah's focus off of everything she's missing at home. But Lucy may also be the only person that can get Hannah to confront the secrets that she's hiding and the dangerous games that landed her in confinement in the first place. This sounds like it's going to be full of twists and turns, and it's going to be the perfect thriller for me. I can't wait. I also recently picked up this middle grade book called If This Were a Story by Beth. This book is about 10-year-old Hannah, who is the only girl in 5th grade to have little red bumps sprouting up all over her face, is unable to let the sad thoughts escape her mind, and leaves heads-up pennies wherever she can to spread good luck. She also experiences magic in the most unlikeliest of places. I have read this book already, and I ended up giving it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought that it was really good, but I don't think that it was great for the target audience of 8 to 12. I definitely was able to appreciate it more being older and being able to reflect back on my experiences during that crucial age. After hearing Spencer rave about American Street by Ibby Zaboy, I knew that I needed to pick it up as well. I've already started reading it and I am obsessed with it. Fabiola Toussaint thought that she was living the good life, but after they leave Haiti, Fabiola's mother is detained by U.S. immigration, and Fabiola is forced to navigate her loud American cousins, the grittiness of Detroit's West Side, a new school, and a new romance all on her own. Just as she begins to find her footing in this strange new world, a proposition presents itself, and Fabiola must learn that freedom comes at a cost. In this debut book, Ibby Zaboy draws on her own experiences as a Haitian immigrant and infuses American magical realism with voodoo culture. I am just blown away by the writing in this book so far. I cannot wait to share my thoughts on American Street with you. When I finish this book, I am, 75 pages in and loving it. So because of that, I knew that I had to pick up Pride by Ibby Zaboy. Zuri Benitez has Pride. Brooklyn Pride, Family Pride, and Pride in her Afro-Latino roots. But Pride might not be enough to keep her neighborhood from becoming unrecognizable. When the wealthy Darcy family moves in across the street, Zuri wants nothing to do with the teenage boys. But when Zuri and Darius are forced to find common ground, their initial disliking moves to unexpected understanding. Ibby Zaboy skillfully balances cultural identity, class, and gentrification against the heady magic of first love and her vibrant reimagining of Pride and Prejudice. I know that I don't like classics, I get it, but this sounds amazing, and maybe after reading this, I will finally be inspired to read Pride and Prejudice, to find out where Ibby Zaboy got all of her inspiration from, and I cannot wait to read this and then pass it off to my friends who do love classics and adore the story of Pride and Prejudice. I also picked up Awake in the World by Jason Gurley. As the sun sets off the coast of a small California town, the silhouettes of oil rigs loom. To Zach, they're also a reminder of Loss, his father, who drowned years earlier. With his family struggling to make ends meet, Zach feels he's destined for a bleak future. Until he meets Vanessa. She's an optimistic girl from a wealthy family with her eyes literally set on the stars, with plans to study astronomy at Cornell. But as oil prospectors know, the future is uncertain and fates can always be flipped. This sounds like it's going to be a really interesting romance set in an oil town, which I've never really read about, and I'm excited to see how that ties into the story. Next, I got Watch Us Rise by Renee and Alan Hagen. Jasmine and Chelsea are best friends, but they don't understand how their progressive New York City art school even fails to listen to their own ideas. So they start their own club, one dedicated to writing and creating work that supports women's ideas. They turn their ideas into an online outlet for essays, poems, and action to inspire. But when Jasmine and Chelsea's work goes viral, the administration threatens to shut them down for instigating. Not willing to be silenced, Jasmine and Chelsea will risk everything for their voices and the voices of other young women to be heard. This is just going to be full of feminism. It reminds me of so much of Moxie again, and I cannot wait to see all of the story unfold and just be filled with girl power. I also picked up The Love and Lies of Roxana Ali by Sabina Khan. Roxana has always been fascinated by the universe and the laws of physics that keep everything aligned, but her life at home isn't so absolute. Unable to come out to her conservative Muslim parents, Roxana must keep her girlfriend Ariana a secret. But when Roxana's mother catches her and Ariana together, her future begins to collapse around her. When her family whisks her off to Bangladesh to stay with extended family, Roxana finds herself in a world surrounded by arranged marriage, religious tradition, and intolerance. Fortunately, Roxana also finds allies along the way, and through her grandmother's old diary, finds the courage to take control of her future and fight for her love. This is one of my most anticipated releases for the entire year, and I cannot wait to get to it. I can't wait to read more about this Muslim culture in Bangladesh and just everything. It sounds so amazing, and on top of that, we get LGBT representation. There's not much more I can ask for, honestly. Okay, the last two books I have are graphic novels. First, I have Check Please, which is about a guy named Biddy who is a freshman attending his first year at Samuel University. He loves baking and is trying out the hockey team for the first time, and he's realizing that this is a whole lot different than his life back in Georgia. So I think this is going to follow some romances and, of course, have a lot of hockey, which is the thing that drew me in. The art looks super cute as well, so I know that I'm going to be reading this one very soon and passing it on to all of my other hockey-loving friends. And the second one I have is Blume. Now that high school is over, Ari is excited to move to the big city with his ultra-hip band. That is, if he can convince his dad to let him leave the family business at the bakery. While interviewing for his replacement, Ari meets Hector, an easygoing guy who loves baking as much as Ari wants to escape it. And as they become closer over batches of bread, their love is ready to bloom. One of the things that I love about this graphic novel is that everything is in hues of blue. It's really interesting to me, even just flipping through. It reminds me of this one somewhere where everything is hues of purple. So I think that this will look really pretty next to it on my shelf. And this story sounds so amazing. I cannot wait to gush over it. So there you guys go. Those are all of the books that I have acquired recently. Even though I have a lot more anticipated releases coming out this month that I will definitely be picking up, so I'm sure you'll be getting another book haul fairly soon. Let me know down below in the comments if you have read or want to read any of the books I mentioned in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.